Thank you to all the folks that's been downloading our episodes so far. Horatio, how are you feeling? We almost in the springtime, man. Getting ready to get about this cold and this snow and whatnot.
Hey man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, what I'm saying, lovely. I don't know. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I went to go get me some matcha today for the first time. Do you know what matcha is? Are you hip to it?
No, but I have seen it. I've seen it online. So if you could enlighten me, that would be great. What is it?
So it's like I'm not even actually sure if we're being real. It's kind of like there's coffee and then it's like one of those things. Coffee frappe uh drinks. It energizes you. It's significantly less um caffeine than coffee. It's green tea. There it goes. There it is. It's green tea. It's green tea.
Where you get it from?
I went to Gotcha Matcha today. It's a black-owned business in Charlotte. So for all of our Charlotte listeners to go out there, Uptown, Gotcha Matcha, black dude, young, turnt. I like him.
Word. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I've seen people. It's like green, right?
Yeah, it's green.
Okay, yeah, that's my first time hearing about it. It's crazy. You said it's a whole place named. I thought it was like a new thing. So it's not a new thing. So shout out to what I'm saying. But this is what happens. I mean, you've been eating healthy and stuff. So this is what happens when you go down that road. You start learning new shit. All right, shout out to Shane, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yo, I want to shout out to Jalen Hurts, bro. Yo, okay, it's like ever since after the Eagles won, it's like that you have to do as the quarterback of the team that wins. You got to go to literally everybody. Jimmy Fallon. You got to go on stuff that it's really corny. This guy is like stone cold, like no, like doesn't give you nothing, and I love that because obviously the guy has a personality. He's this dude's our age and he has the attitude or whatever or the aura of like a 35, 40-year-old. But they're trying to get so much shit out of him, and I'm sure it is want to be in the media just as a personality. But I like the fact that this guy makes sure that his playing ability is the only thing that people really can talk about. It's really the only thing that he showcases, at all. Like there's nothing that you can say about him that is not aligned with what he does on the football field because he really doesn't give you anything. I mean, this guy doesn't give you anything as far as person like a little wink at nothing, and I love it. So shout out to Jalen Hurts because I know they want to they want to try to, with him being like the face of the league or after just winning this, definitely the face of a team. Um, I would want to, what I'm saying, do something a little wild and crazy, but I like the fact that this guy's our age and he can like, he can handle the pressure. And I like that. And I feel like as black men, we need good examples like this. I mean, the guy's about to get married, you know what I'm saying? Just like he's able to handle the pressure. He doesn't flip out. He doesn't act out of character. And just with the examples that we have as black men, I feel like this is a good one. So shout out to Jalen Hurts, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jalen Hurts has been doing his thing. I know recently online they was posting his house and how he has a very modest house in Philly. I want to say. I think it's weird though. People posting your house online. That's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I rock with Jalen Hurts. Do you have any more shout out to Shane before I get into my first one?
Yeah. I want to shame SNL. Okay, so you know how we've been talking about legacy media being done,
Mm-hmm.
right? The CBS, the NBCs, the ABCs, those things, and kind of all their creations. Their biggest thing is SNL. SNL, if you don't know, sketch show. It was known to have the funniest comedians in the world at the time, especially back in the day. When you didn't have so much access to comedy, this was what people was waiting for at the end of every week to go see. I mean, to watch because it kind of wrapped. They had the news, the news segment with the weekend update. It just funny sketches. It has great people, artists or whatever. But as time goes on, and I love comedy, I'm a comedy connoisseur. I have never been able to get into SNL, so I'm making a bold claim here today on CDK and Horatio that SNL has never been funny. CDK, I try to go back and watch. I want all of you guys to at the end of this podcast go watch any old sketch. I watch one because SNL 50 is the 50th year of SNL, and so I watched the whole documentary. I'm like, damn, to see, not great, but it's just amusing to see all these, like SNL try to make you be like, damn, Now, granted, comedy has a shelf life. It's not like music. You know what I'm saying? You can't just put on the same song from 50 years ago and be like, wow, this is great. It's going to be topical, da da da. But come on, man. Even the hard hitting ones, the one that's supposed to slap, like More Cowbell with Will Ferrell and Jimmy Fallon, and I watched the James Brown Hot Tub Time Machine with Eddie Murphy. Wasn't funny. It was another one from the 70s about like they were like a hamburger shop or whatever. So it's just great to see that like a big legacy media thing is not connecting with Gen Z. But these people are more connected to other entertainers. What do you think about that SNL? Just something I thought about.
They're staying true to their roots. Like they're staying to where their core audience is. I don't think they're trying to get occasionally they have like your scissors and pop artists, but those are mega stars that they have up there in SNL. Glorilla has been up there as well with Dave Chappelle. So even though they went a little bit younger, they brought somebody in that's a little older that will connect with their audience more. You know what I mean? So I like that they stay true to their roots. And I do think it's still an accomplishment to artists in their eyes as far as creators of making it to SNL. I think
But
it's a
that's
nostalgia
changing.
thing.
That's
You think so?
changing though. Yes, man. I'm telling you, bro. That's most people would rather go on Kai Stream than perform at SNL. Now, granted, like you said, that's the only thing that's holding these things up. That's why they got to keep doing these little 50 anniversary things so they can remind the kids, hey, remember what this was? It was a big deal. I'm telling you, like that esteem is going away. And I was watching that SNL 50. I'm like, damn, this is good for maybe like I think our generation is the last one that really would give a fuck. Otherwise, it's like who cares? But okay, let's move on. This is a real quick one. Shout out to Shane, my last one. I hate indecisive people. I probably said that so many times in this. I hate indecisive people. I don't know how you, as a grown man, could walk into a place. It's either one or two things. Either you're going to decide, make a decision, or you're going to you're going to explore. You're going to go in the flow. For instance, you walk into a store. Stop asking, oh, where's this? Da, da, da. Why don't you just try to just go figure it out? Why don't you just let the what I'm saying, the flow of life take you where to go? I just hate people that keep standing in front of somebody. Then they have to ask so many different questions as to what's this? Was like, make a decision. I hate indecisive men, especially. Women, okay, you give them a pass. Men, I'm like, come on, bro. You need the ladies' recommendation on the smallest thing. You've been at McDonald's before. You know how many sauces they got. Come on, bro. I can't stand that, man. I hate indecisive men. It's so like, I'm like, and I get mad. You know me. I turn to my mom. I'm like, how does a woman fuck you right now? You don't even know what to say. When the lady goes, what do you want? You go, well, like, come on, man, make a decision. So either make a decision, one, or just go with the flow and figure it out. That's a big problem, CDK. People don't let their brain get a chance to like work, like try to figure out, go down some aisles, do something, like shake it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need every single thing laid out for you. And if you are going to be that indecisive, don't waste people's time while doing it. What you think?
But I'm the person that you hate because I ain't gonna lie, I do that shit all the time. Anytime we at a restaurant, what do you recommend? Anytime we at a grocery store, I don't even look down the aisle. Look, if I'm not going in the food line, which I already know the way it's laid out, I'm immediately walking to a sales associate. Hey,
what?
Where is yes?
What? Oh, yes, man! Oh man! Oh my gosh, that is the complete opposite. I cannot stand that. Why would you like? But I mean, I get it, right? Because you're saying it's more efficient. I'm not just going to.
It's more efficient.
I'm not just going to
less time consuming.
Waste time, da da da. But also, it's like the challenge of like I was looking, and then I just felt like everything led me to it right here, rather than going to some fucking 15-year-old kid like, oh, where are you? He goes, scratching his head. He don't know.
Oh, you know what? This is what I think about this too. My girl loves to cook things that like I'll be like, bro, by the time you go to the store, buy the ingredients and actually cook it, you not only spent more money, but you also wasted more time. Rather than just going to buy whatever, or people that make like sauce from scratch. Like I'm big on efficiency. Like
so are you making an argument that just paying for something straight out, like ordering food, is better than cooking just based off time?
No. Okay. I'm talking about like things like that. Like even cutting the grass. We got a banter about this. I'm like, bro, if I can pay somebody to cut the grass, as long as the grass is cut, it doesn't matter how I got it done. If I did it, if I paid somebody to do it, I'm just big on efficiency and spending as much time as doing what I want to do. and not doing shit that I don't have to do. You know what I
I'm
mean?
with you, but that is based on that individual's what they deem as important. For instance, going back, you said your girlfriend likes to cook, right? Okay, yeah, it'll be easier for her to go and just order literally the same thing, and like you said, pay less, but it means something for her to be able to cook it. So to me, that's what you kind of have to go through. It's like, yes, for me, it's better for me to because I end up trusting myself more when I walk into a place and I go, let me find out where this is on my own without asking the sales associate. That's more fulfilling to me. You don't give a fuck about it. Your time, what's more efficient to you, is about getting out, and getting back to what you want to do. So I feel like, you know what, this is why we had this podcast. CDK just turned my whole perspective on it. That was perfect, because I'm thinking, well, maybe for him it's more, whatever. But to me, it's like, okay, well, now you're wasting my time. So yeah, it's the difference of like what's more important to you, like what's more fulfilling to you. It's more fulfilling to your girlfriend to cook it rather than buy it because she's doing the thing and you can see your creation come up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's hard for me to understand someone that doesn't want, that just goes and he goes, yeah, it's right over there. You go, thank you, and you just walk up. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I didn't even my brain didn't even work in the store. Somebody just told me what to do. But yeah, I see that though. I like that. Okay. I don't know if you saw this. Was really quick. I don't know if you saw this one on TikTok or something. Did you see the girl who got blasted for using her headboard as an ashtray?
I didn't see the video, but I've heard the topic. Yes.
Man. Okay. Now we're gonna, you know us. We like to talk about it and then go deeper into it. Obviously, having a dirty space, and this is something that I've learned just by having my own spot, right? Because when you stand with somebody, like CDK, you stay with somebody, you are you're trying to show up not only for you but for them as well. Like you don't want to keep the spot bad because it's like you have a roommate. But when you stand by yourself, right, you really get to see what type of person that you are. You really get to see what type of cleanliness that you have. And I'm telling you, we talked about this before, but your room or your car or whatever is really how your mind is. Like if it's all junked up and all fucked up, like that's kind of your mental space, right? So you want to make sure you keep a clean area. So we already know that, like, just having a dirty room, having literally shit everywhere, is like, I mean, you can see it on the hoarder shows, right? Like those people are fucked up. Those ain't like the most mentally stable people with bags of shit in a house or whatever. But it's just it's crazy that you can be so nasty and you don't know, and then you show people, and then it's like people say, like, disagreeing with you is the first time that you really get to see that you're nasty as fuck.
Yes.
Like, I mean, and I'm sure you've experienced like going to people's houses and so I can sit down or whatever, but it's like in their mind they have to be told that is a mental illness. And so I'm telling you guys today, I guess this is my better is to come, but yo, clean up your space, yo. I was thinking about it today too, because it's been snowing here in Charlotte, not sticking enough, but just snowing.
Yeah.
So now my car's dirty. And I walked outside today. I was like, oh, my car looks like shit. And I don't do a dirty car. Like, I clean my car every week, And so, yeah, like, your spaces is a resemblance of your mind, how clear your mind is or whatever. Like, you know how, like, when you get a haircut or you clean up around, you feel better. Like, don't be one of these people that just stack shit upon shit because, like, it's a reflection of how you're mentally doing. You ever think about, you have anything on the headboard ashtray lady?
No, yeah, I think the same thing. Like, and I think low key living by myself, I'm even more cleanly, like, because it's like, I think sometimes when you live with roommates, depending on who your roommate is, you can push that off on them. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, well, they did that, and you don't want to clean up after nobody and all of that type of stuff. But when you live by yourself, if somebody comes to your space, they know this is solely you. You did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that type of thing. And then also, like you said, I agree with that. Like when I'm in a clean headspace, then I can think and I can move. And I don't do that. Like I like organization and I like knowing where everything is at. Like my closet is organized to the point where hoodies over here, t-shirts over here, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like clothes is always hung up. I always make sure that I wash clothes, immediately put them up. Wash dishes, immediately put them up. Like I'm on that type of thing. And it keeps the persistency in my life.
But you got to come from a good background to have that type of like
not necessarily
upbringing. Like if you didn't, well, okay, you either gotta have it or you gotta hate the shit. Like you gotta hate dirty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you grow up, like, it's this family I follow. It's called the Dysfunctional Family, and they changed the year. So Dysfunctional Family 2025. All right, that's their page on Instagram. It's a black family, and they create. It's a grandma. It's a bunch of black people. They in there yelling and screaming and shit at each other, and the crib is always fucking dirty. And I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they be so angry and yelling. I'll be like, everybody needs to just stop and clean. Everybody stop. Just get up and clean something, right? But if you come from that type of household, you're gonna be like, you either gonna grow up like repeating that, or grow up like hating that shit, like borderline OCD because you seen your people do it, right? So I guess that's a deeper message too. Like, whatever your people are, you can choose to either like go with it or rebel against it. But all right, moving on. Oh, so look, I went to one of these little trail rides. I want to ask you about this too, as somebody
Damn,
that's
I
in the
wanted to
music
go.
business.
Shit.
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, I could have hit you on my fault. It wasn't that far from me." I want to ask you about somebody that's in the music business, right?
Yeah.
Because this is this has always been a thing, but now I think it's a little bit more popular due to the internet or whatever.
Yes.
And just, but okay, I went to one, right? First of all these damn fans, when all these people hit a fan at one time, nigga, I hit the deck. I thought they were shooting at that. Oh goddamn! And if anybody has guns, it's these country ass niggas, out here, right? So that's one, right? The fans is crazy just at one time. That's already one thing. But just the popularity of it too. Now, as I get older, we're both 26. This to me, like this country type of thing, is like in my mind was like old people shit. But people our age are like getting into it. So that made me think like, damn. So then when I went out there, I'm like, yo, people our age, like the reason why I was considering old people shit or whatever, because it's about community. I think as you get older, you kind of drop I'm not saying chase for materialism. We all still have that, but you kind of go, okay, well, it's so much more fun just to be around other people doing the same thing, having fun or whatever. Like that becomes the most important thing to you. I feel like as you get older, like that's all. That's why holidays, stuff like that is so much important to older people or your parents or whatever, because they understand like, hey, it's more important, to be around here. That's 2. 3, do you know it's an inner beef between the new trail ride niggas and like what is trail riding is supposed to be for horses. It's not dancing. See, see that's what it is. It's for horses. It's for horses. So it's a subsect of country niggas that's mad at the new, what I'm saying, popping, locking niggas doing boots on the ground and shit. They don't like them because they're like fucking up their culture, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like they're kind of dipping in the culture, kind of taking it from it, even though it's all black people. But I had a great time. Shout out to the trail ride. I wanted to ask you about that. Just have you seen that rising in popularity? And like Boots on the Ground's the #1 song on the blues charts or whatever. So I was,
It was crazy is I'm going to a trail ride I have a trail ride event on Saturday. Well, it's like the Southern Soul joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to one of them joints and I got me a cowboy hat. I ain't got no boots, but I'm like, but I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, bro, when did this become popularized? Like, what happened that people just woke up one day and was like, yeah, like we putting on the boots and we going outside. Like we got the bootcut jeans and we got the cowboy hats and everybody's doing the line dances and stuff. But like you said, the community, and the reason why we don't care about community as much as kids, even in college, is because we're always around people and we're forced to be around these group of people every single day, Monday through Friday at least. And you're in sports and all of those things. So when you're an adult and you work in an office, you work from home, you are by yourself, and it's a lot of individual shit. You want some type of community, and most of the time when you're an adult, you become friends with somebody because you either work with them or share mutual interests. So that's the reason why these trail riding teams and Southern, I don't even know what to call them. But yeah,
they're stepper groups, stepper teams or whatever. And it's crazy. Like I've always been around, like my dad was like, he's always been kind of in that kind of like, not the country thing, but like, old nigga dancing, line dancing.
Oh, nigga dancing.
My dad was in a fraternity. He was a step master, whatever. So he was able to like, it's like you transition from that into like, old nigga, linen dancing, hand dancing, line dancing, that whole thing. But I never ever paid attention to the trail ride show, just the country aspect of it. So the fact that it's so big, man, shout out to them. I mean, they have a little moment going or just a popularity going. So yeah. What you got?
Have you heard about micro cheating?
Micro cheating. I'm guessing, let me guess. Micro cheating is everything that's not actually just having sex.
Essentially, yes.
Right.
So when this came about, Chloe was on Instagram and she was going through, one of her fans had sent her an email or something, and basically, the work wife, work husband thing, and one of the work wives, essentially was like kissing on a nigga at work, like physically doing stuff. And I'm like, huh? So anything that's not physical sex is micro cheating at this point, but it's essentially like on a grander scale, like texting, flirting, all of that. But I didn't know that it had a word now and it's trending. Have you ever heard of it?
Wait, so okay. Here's my thing about like this, right? Yo, if anybody wants to like, as you get older, you realize like everybody's gonna cheat, bro, and not cheat like you said, this physical, like all the going all the way, right? That's the whole thing. It's like, oh my god, you went all the way, but people want attention from people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it just is what it is. Like especially nowadays, bro, when you got so many, like when you just have so much like ways to get it, like people are gonna be like, so so I mean, of course, it's the same age old thing. Like, oh, would you mind if your husband had a? I mean, if your girl had a work husband or vice versa? It's like, yo, people are gonna get their level of like what they need without you. It doesn't matter, like with or without you. Like, okay, yeah, so now they don't have it at work, but they're gonna get. It's like this is being a human being. Like it sucks that you can't own nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is really yours. I mean, it sucks. Nobody's really yours. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how much you love them or whatever. It's like you don't know. They could be like, and they could not be fucking this person, but they value the attention that they give them. And honestly, y'all not gonna like this. You're gonna have to be okay with that. You're gonna have to be okay with them getting CDK. I know, bro. You cannot disagree with me, bro, because you host events where it's could be sexually charged, and your girl has to deal with that because it is who you are, because you want that type of that energy because it's your job or whatever. Same deal. Now, what you would hope is that you will both come to an agreement as far as what we know is crossing the line, right? Now, granted, people go back and forth as to what that is, but honestly, bro, you have to come to a point where if you love this person, you know what type of attention seeking ways that they have.
Correct.
So at some point, you're either going to be like, hey, look, I love this person enough to where, look, this person, they need attention. You know that your girl is going to put on something nice because she wants to. It's like, you know what it is, and vice versa. So you have to be okay with that to whatever level that you can to handle.
But you know why people micro cheat? This goes to my next thing, low key. I've been seeing the trend on social media about people going on social media talking about how they're not attracted to their husband or wife, not boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife. And essentially like getting down to the bottom of it, of saying like you didn't marry their type, which I think at a certain age, I think like that kind of phases out, you would think.
No,
But
it don't fade out. You would think, bro, why do we always think that as we get older, we get so much more mature?
we do.
We
Hopefully.
don't. We don't. Watch Pop the Balloon. Them niggas is 35, 70, them niggas 37, 45 years old, man. They don't get more mature. They still in that same way. So you would hope that you would get more mature and you would go, oh, I'm just looking at this person based on. No, man, you still have that, type of, I think, mindset. I don't think that goes away, but I've been bypassing that whole thing on TikTok to I'm not attracted to my husband, because I think that, and I'm not trying to make a divide or whatever, because this happens both with men and women, but just people in relationships can like do that to make themselves feel more powerful than them, right? So they'll go, well, I wasn't even attracted to you anyway. It's like, well, then why do the whole thing? Why is it's like, I wouldn't want that. Like, that's like a pity thing to me. So it's like, I think that's a tactic that people can use to kind of manipulate each other. Like, I mean, well, I married you. I'm not even attracted to you. It's like, well, that's on you. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Why are you here then? Like, that makes no sense. But it's like, then it's like the whole my type thing. It's like, oh, well, I like 6 foot light skinned niggas and they be dragging me through the mud. So I went over here to a medium fat dude with a good job. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, so you settled? So you're telling me you're settled and I was your last resort. That's what it comes across as.
I'm gonna say something too. Type is maybe an illusion. Because think about this, right? Because when I was in when I was in like high school, by the media and by what I was listening to that my type should be like a light skinned girl or whatever. Right? So that's that was what if you would have asked me, that would be my type. When I got to college, I completely switched it up just because it was what I was. Your type is gonna like come to you. It's like you're gonna see your type. So all the like if the person that you with or the people who you attract are your type. Fuck what you got in your head and who is your type. Who are the people that constantly come up to you? Who are the people that, you know what I'm saying, interact with your that is your type. Because otherwise you wouldn't even have a type. It's just an imagination. That's when people go, well, women, my man got to be this and this and this, but you never interacted with that type of man ever. So it's like, it's up here. All right. So your type is going to come to you. And you can, so all that shit is bullshit. So that's how you know that's some manipulation shit when they go, well, I mean, I did because it's like, this is your type. You capping. You and your mind on, no, for real, you and your mind talking to somebody, well, I'm supposed to be, my husband's 5'4". I only like men that's 6'3". It's like, cap. It's not true. That's all in your mind. So yeah, man, you got to be able to change that, man. So yeah, shout out to all the men that have been able to hear that. Like that's women can't, bro. Women could not, because you know why? The basis on you like proposing to him and being was like, oh, you're so beautiful. How many times to a wedding? You've hosted several weddings. How many weddings have you heard where they go, she's so beautiful, she's so beautiful? They talk the girl up so much. You could never go back 6 years after your marriage and be like, I never found her attractive at all.
Yeah, facts be capping, lying.
Yeah, come on now. Like that's just some manipulation shit to try to make you feel bad. Don't fall for it. They like you. You are their type because you with them.
That was the last one I had.
Okay, bet. Yeah, that's all I had too, man. Hey guys, we appreciate you guys for listening to another episode of CDK and Horatio. You can follow me on all social media at Horatio Radio.
Follow me at CDK on the mic, man. Keep downloading. Let's send it up.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys. See you guys next week.